All right, we are back with another pick'em video. Going to be going over my favorite plays for the NBA today. We had a ridiculous day yesterday. Pretty solid in the video picks. I think we went 3 for 4. So I think we missed one. It was this Donovan Mitchell one, and then this Jalen Brown one was a kind of a Discord exclusive one. But we went crazy in the Discord yesterday. I will talk about that in a little bit, and also want to talk about the $250 giveaway. Looks like it's going to be, not many people in it. So I'd highly recommend trying to get in there. There's only 2 entries right now. So again, you have till the end of the week to do that, March 5th. But we'll talk about all that. If you're new here, definitely go ahead and subscribe. We rip out daily content like this each and every day. Obviously, NBA is in season right now. That's what we're attacking. And we're full year round. So we'll attack MLB once, NBA finishes up in May or whatever. And then we attack football and all these different things. So definitely subscribe. Leave the video a like and then comment anything down below. Just tells YouTube to push this video out a little bit more. And if you're new here, we are very transparent. We go over our plays each and every day. It doesn't matter if we lose or win. But we had a really good day yesterday. 4 for 5 in the slip that I ran out, but we did. I always play every single play I give you guys. The one that missed was Donovan Mitchell. Kind of, kicking myself a little bit here because I talked about Donovan Mitchell's full game. I really liked his full game. But the hit rate for the fantasy score in the first half was a little bit better. That happens sometimes. Ended up just missing for us in the first quarter or the first half, but did hit his full game. So he was our only miss. John Collins was kind of a little bit of a sweat. Ended up getting an alley-oop dunk from Colin Sexton later in that game against Atlanta. Didn't play well at all against his old team, but got us that dunk. Or maybe that was the one I didn't talk about. One of these ones I didn't talk about. I forget which one it was, but DeAndre Hunter didn't dunk. We talked about that. It was a crazy hit rate. I think he's dunked in 4 games out of now 34 games. So ridiculous hit rate. That's just all the power of outlier. Wembanyama wasn't a sweat at all. He had, I guess it was a little bit of a sweat, but he had like 6 early on. Ends up crushing this line with 13. And then Jalen Brown first half PRA fantasy score has been like an absolute wagon. We've been riding that out for a while, but 3 for 4 in the video picks, 4 for 5 in the Discord play that I gave out. But let's jump into the Discord really quickly. Again, want to shout out the family. Again, we had a crazy day. We hit a 25x multi-sport. So with all different types of sports. It was esports. We had NHL. We had basketball. Crazy 25x. We had a 10x esports play right here. Awesome to see that. We actually swept Chalkboard and Underdog. We play other sports books out there as well. And then Taco Tuesday, we did some good couplings up there as well. Also, if you're wondering here, I don't like post 50,000 slips and then be like, oh, look, we hit a 6-man. That's awesome. I am very strategic. I'm not going to throw a million plays at you. I think that's overwhelming. So when you're in this Discord, in the premium part of the Discord, you're going to get access to all my plays here. I give a decent amount of plays. It's not like I'm skimping you, but I don't exaggerate the amount of plays I'm giving out. I'm not going to give you out 50,000 plays and then have you, try to tail all those. I give you, plays that I'm really liking, and we usually run around, 10 slips a day, which is pretty solid. Sorry about that. My mouse pad or my trackpad was messing up. But highly recommend getting in here. I'll show the post your wins section. People are always posting wins, especially obviously we had a crazy day yesterday. But yeah, these are just some of them. I mean, people were going green like crazy. People shouting out the club, people shouting out the people that gave out the picks. It's not just me in here either. We have some crazy cappers that know what they're doing for sure. And again, these are all this is from 12:36 a.m. from yesterday. So like people are always posting in here, and we have a whole lot of fun. It's like a community aspect too. So you get access to all my plays, but you also get access to this cool community where we can talk sports and props. And then for the giveaway, the announcement right here, I'll go to the announcements tab. I'm just going to show you right here. You can, pause the video if you want to read it all, but you can enter into the giveaway. Right now, there's 2 entries in the giveaway, so you might have a pretty solid chance of winning this thing. $250. You have until March 5th, so about a week to sign up. And the way you enter is using any of my codes: PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, DG Fantasy. They all have their perks on top of them anyway. You're going to get 100% deposit matches, all these different things. Again, you can read that here. And if you use multiple codes, DM me, say, hey, I use your code, and that's going to be multiple entries. So if you use, if you sign up for Chalkboard and Sleeper, send me the screenshots. That's going to get you 2 entries in this giveaway. And then you have, again, until March 5th. Winner announcement will be March 6th on the YouTube video. And it's also beyond the $250 giveaway entry that you're going to get for signing up. You're also going to get a month free of the Discord. So if you sign up for PrizePicks, let's say, you're going to get a month free of the Discord. If you sign up for Underdog and Chalkboard and PrizePicks, you're going to get 3 months of Discord. So you're not just entering into the giveaway, you're also getting access for free for the Rich Club. So it's definitely a solid, option. $250 is not, chump change. It's a pretty decent amount of money. And yeah, just want to give back to you guys for all the support. And again, only 2 entries in this giveaway right now, so you might have a pretty solid chance. But yeah, let's jump into some picks. Highly recommend checking out the Discord. Also, while I'm at it, I just did start a Instagram page, so definitely go ahead and follow this. The link will be in the description. Just posted my first short. They took so long to make. I need to get better at making those. And then I also posted this on TikTok, and I posted on YouTube, of course. But definitely go, like the page or like the video. Give it a follow. Definitely helps support. But let's jump into some picks. Sorry, there was a lot to talk about. But yeah, really, really liking the board. Let's get into it. All right, so first guy we're going to be talking about is going to be RJ Barrett. Have gone to this a few times in the past, but going to be going to his 9.5 rebounds and assists. This has been creeping up. I remember when he first got to Toronto, this line was at 7.5, and he just continues to crush it. He's got a great matchup against Dallas here, so really, really liking this. Let's go over to Outlier. This is another partner of the channel. You can get a free week just by signing or just by clicking the link in the description down below. Just lets them know that I sent you there, but you can't really beat a free week. This tool is so powerful if you bet on sports. A decent amount. Highly recommend checking it out. It's not too much money either. It's $20 a month or something after that free week. But we can see Toronto, RJ has been very, very solid. He's from Canada. But since he's been there, it's actually, I think, been exactly 20 games. So that's nice to see. 14 to 20 games he's gone over this. And that includes all the games against, difficult matchups. And this one's not one of those. So we get to see matchup ratings right here. Dallas gives up a whole bunch of rebounds. They give up a whole bunch of assists. This is to power forward specifically, but let's go to overall rebounds and assists, all green. Even to small forwards, it's still pretty solid. So you don't have to worry about the positional matchup. Yeah, really, really good matchup. We can see also this is a home game. I do want to back out and say in 2023, this is a 36% hit rate. But remember, he was on the Knicks early in the year. Once he got traded to Toronto, I guess right. I don't know if I can find it. Literally right here, once the green starts, he got traded to Toronto. He's been crushing this line. He's getting a whole bunch of minutes. And yeah, he's been killing it. So let's go back out of that. Let's go to 2023. Let's go to home games, and let's go to games with Scotty Barnes. So games he's played with Scotty, who's playing today. And we can see it's a 75% hit rate. So this is incredible. The hit rate's awesome. The matchup is, one of the better ones you can get for rebounds and assists. So everything pointing in the right direction here. Another thing to point out, I think he is going to play, but Jakob Poeltl is a game-time decision. He participated in shoot-arounds, so he'll probably play. But in games without Poeltl, I think this actually gets a little bit better if I can find him. 100% hit rate. So games with Scotty Barnes and without Jakob Poeltl, he's at this 100% of the time. I think Jakob's going to play. I don't think it hurts him too much. This is all games with Poeltl as well. And a 9 to 12 hit rate. So love to see that. Hit rate looking really good. Matchup is awesome. But we don't just go off that. We like to see, odds, market value. This is DG Fantasy. This is going to be your best friend in terms of sports betting or player prop projections or anything like that. And this just shows you market value. So it's saying, hey, here's the PrizePicks line. Hey, you should probably go over this line because DraftKings has this at minus 135. FanDuel has this at minus 125. Caesars has this at minus 135. It's just showing you market value and showing you, hey, you're getting a really good, value on PrizePicks here at 9.5. You should probably take the over. So not only does the hit rate look really good, not only is the matchup really good, but the odds and the market value is also really good. 53.45% chance to hit is what they're giving us. So love to see that. DG Fantasy, highly recommend checking it out. 25% off your first month. And that translates to the giveaway. So you can get an entry in the giveaway using that code. And also translates to a free month of the Discord. So highly recommend checking out DG Fantasy. And then last but not least is going to be our RotoWire projection model. This is just my favorite projection model out there. They know what they're doing. They cover all sports. DFS has been their thing for years. And we can see his projection model here at 9.5. They give us other, pick'em sites. They give us sports books, but the RotoWire projection model is why I come here. And we see they're predicting 9.95, so closer to 10. So nothing too crazy. It's not like they're predicting a ton more or a ton less, but they are predicting slightly on the over here. So love to see that. So RJ, really, really liking this play. That's going to be our first one, and going to go ahead and lock that in. Next up, we're going to be talking DAngelo Russell. He's been absolutely killing it, especially recently. Going to be going to his 23.0 points and assists. Definitely getting this as a discount. This is probably 23.5 in most other places. So love to attack this on PrizePicks. Let's go over to his outlier page, and we see this is insane. The hit rate's ridiculous on this. 85%, 17 of the last 20 games he's gone over this line. In the two of those games that he missed, he got really close. So loving the hit rate here, obviously. The matchup's not the best in the world, going up against the Clippers, but he's played these guys 3 times this year, and he's gone over this line in 2 of those games. crushed this line actually in 2 of those games, and then had 19 back in January. So this one wasn't this year, so not taking too much into account for this one, but do like these 3 games that he's gone over in 2 or 3 there. So the matchup is a little bit more difficult, but he's done it pretty consistently even against these guys. And it's really based on the minutes. So again, 2023 as a whole doesn't look as good. You see a whole bunch of red, but we can go down to the minutes. It translates very well to the minutes here. Huge dip in minutes, and then obviously he's been playing a ton. Even with Spencer Dinwiddie coming into town, he's still playing a whole bunch of minutes. I didn't know if that was going to hurt him, but it has not hurt him. Also, this is kind of an insurance play. You'll see in my short, if you check out the Instagram, TikTok, or the YouTube short, I talk about LeBron James as a play. Also, yeah, the shorts that I gave, the short that I made is none of these plays. So it's extra free plays if you want to check those out again. Highly recommend doing it, but also it took me so long to make that thing. I need people to look at it. But yeah, D'Lo, this is kind of an insurance play if LeBron doesn't play. That was the whole reason I was talking about that. But he's a game time decision. There's playing a back-to-back today and tomorrow, so he might sit the first half of the back-to-back. He loves to play the Clippers, but if he does sit, D'Lo should absolutely crush this line in games without LeBron. This is like a really good hit rate. Obviously, the whole thing's been a good hit rate, but in games without LeBron, he's gone over this in 75% of games, so he plays well without LeBron. His assist line at 5.5, if you think LeBron's not going to play, I'd hammer that. He crushes his assist line when LeBron doesn't play. But yeah, overall, D'Lo absolutely crushing this 23.0. But let's go to his his DG fantasy page. Again, they're kind of favoring the over on assists here at 52.92, minus 142 odds on Pinnacle. Crazy value over on Pinnacle for this line on Prize Picks. But we do see his points and assists over 23. We see everyone's got this at 23.5. So we are getting a discount here. 52.81% chance to hit. So love to see that on DG Fantasy. And then in terms of our projection model, they're projecting the over here as well. Everything on the blue, PICKEM sites, right? That's because, Underdog's already at 23.5, sportsbooks are at 23.5. And the projection models, again, nothing too crazy, but they are on the over 23.35. If he gets 23, that's a push, but he's just been crushing this line. So really, really liking D'Lo. That's going to be our second play. Third guy up is going to be Luka Doncic, going to be jumping over to the first half here and going to be going to his 30.0 first half fantasy score. Going to talk about this one a little bit quicker just because we're not going to have as many data points to go off of, but you can see in his outlier page, he's been absolutely crushing this one. I'm going to ride this till the wheels fall off again. He just did this to Cleveland, 41.5 in the first half. Fantasy score, and I think he had like 100 fantasy points. Again, that's Cleveland, one of the better defenses in the league. Today, he's got Toronto to show you that points, rebounds, and assists right here. We can see their defense is one of the worst in the league. They give up a whole bunch of points. They give up a whole bunch of rebounds. They give up a whole bunch of assists. We know Luka can do all of that. So really, really loving that. Doesn't matter how, like the way you slice it on this one. It's pretty much a 70% hit rate across the board. Last 20 games, last 10 games. We can see the head-to-head. He's only played these guys once. These were not this year, so don't really look at those. But did play against these guys in November. Had 38 fantasy score in the first half. Doesn't matter if Kyrie plays. 2023 as a whole is a 70% hit rate, so he's just been crushing this line. Again, going to ride this till the wheels fall off. We can't look at too much other data points. We can see that like his PRA is favored on the over at 50.5. That's good to see. His full game fantasy score, I guess, is projected on the under just because based off one data point. But I like Luka today. I think he's going to have a field day. He is coming off a back-to-back, but I did look at his back-to-back games, and it doesn't seem to affect him at all. So Luka, first half fantasy score at 30.0. I mean, you can't really beat this hit rate. It's insane. So loving to see that. That's kind of the edge of that outlier gives us too. Not a whole bunch of people are looking at first half fantasy score hit rates. So that's, an advantage of checking out outlier. But 30.0 for Luka, really loving that for our third play. And then last but not least, we're going to be going to Michael Porter Jr.'s first quarter points over 4.5. Like a lot of these other plays, this is very much a matchup-based play. The odds are kind of 50-50 on this one. So I guess if you had to drop one of these, I'd probably say Michael Porter Jr. just because the odds are more 50-50 than, heavily favored to go a certain way. But 4.5 points for Michael Porter Jr. against Sacramento. Really liking that. Let's jump into his outlier page, kind of check him out here. We see it's a 65% hit rate, so love to see that right off the bat. But Sacramento, we talk about the matchup, 23rd in points allowed, so they give up a whole bunch of points. Should be a decent amount of scoring, and he's been crushing this recently. They're also coming off 3 days rest, so he might, this is after the All-Star break, this 14th. Then after the All-Star break with a decent amount of rest, he had 12 in the first quarter. So he might play better with a decent amount of rest. This is also a home game, so we see a decent jump up from home games as well. He plays better at home. So 65% hit rate the last 20. The last 20 home games, it's a 70% hit rate. A lot of these games, he's crushing this line too. And we can see that in 2023 as a whole, 67% hit rate at home games. So he's just been crushing this line. Hit rate looks really, really good, and I'm really liking the matchup. This is another one that we can't really look at the odds, from other sports books, just because not a lot of sports books have this line. But we do see his full game again, slightly favored to go over here at 50.23%. And then the projection models liking this again, very, very slightly. That 16.5 line for the full game doesn't really even affect the 4.5 point line. But the full game, they're projecting 17.37. So Michael Porter Jr. against Sacramento, there should be a whole bunch of scoring, and that's going to be our fourth and final play. So that's going to do it for this one. Just a quick recap for anyone that's just maybe skipped to the end and trying to get these before the games start. RJ Barrett over 9.5 rebounds, assists, been crushing this since he got to Toronto. If Jakob Poeltl doesn't play, I think he's going to play. But if Jakob Poeltl doesn't play, he's had a 100% hit rate on this line. D'Lo, again, another one where if LeBron doesn't play, this should be a shoe-in. But even with LeBron, he's been crushing this line. We're getting a discount at 23.0. A lot of other places have this at 23.5. Luka, this has just been insane hit rate all year, 30.0. He's got a great matchup against Toronto. 30.0 first half fantasy score. That's on the over as well. And then another great matchup here for Michael Porter Jr. against Sacramento. First quarter points at 4.5. We're taking the over here as well. But yeah, guys, don't forget, $250 giveaway. There's literally 2 people entered in this right now. You have a full week, but there's 2 people so far entered in this. You probably have a pretty solid chance of winning this thing. But yeah, sign up to any of these PrizePicks, Underdog, Chalkboard, Sleeper, Dabble, DG Fantasy. They all have their perks in general. Underdog literally just tweeted out that they're giving us discounts just randomly. Underdog's been throwing discounts at us. Totally forgot to mention it's Wildcard Wednesday on Sleeper as well. If you're familiar with PrizePicks Taco Tuesday, it's the same thing, but on Sleeper, they're just going to give us discounted lines. Chalkboard literally yesterday gave us a 0.5 PRA line for Luka Doncic, just randomly. We crushed that. We actually hit our Chalkboard play. So they're always throwing promotions at you. So it's awesome to get on these other apps anyway. I know I was in your same shoes for anyone that's like, nah, I just like PrizePicks. I don't really want to go to anything else. I was in the same boat. Then I got Underdog, and I was like, dang, they're always throwing promotions at me. Then I got Sleeper, then I got Chop. I got these other things, and now I'm crushing these other books because of promotions they give out, but also just like doing your research and all these different things. So highly recommend using the code, getting into the giveaway. If you use multiple codes, you get multiple entries into the giveaway. You're also going to get a free month of the Discord for any amount of codes you get. Also, I totally forgot to mention here, I'm doing an additional Rich Club exclusive giveaway after the conclusion of this one. So if you join this one, if you're not in the Rich Club already, if you join this one, you're going to be actually get entered into both giveaways. If you're already in the Rich Club and you haven't used any of these codes, you can get into both of those giveaways as well. So you can actually get into both of these giveaways. But yeah, highly recommend checking this out. Also, check out the Instagram. I did put a lot of work into this short. So would love to get a follow from you guys. These are totally different free plays as well. It's not the free plays I'm talking about in this video. They're completely different from this video. So again, check that out. Give me a follow on Instagram. Give me a follow on TikTok. Again, this took so freaking long to make. So I want more people to see it. But yeah, giveaway $250, March 5th. You have some time to get it in. But there's literally only 2 people in. That'd be kind of a lame giveaway if there was only 2 people. But also it just increases your chances of winning. So get in here. We'd love to have you. You join the Rich Club anyway. It's a great community. But the giveaway is just kind of incentive and, a way to give back to you guys for supporting the channel. But that will do it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hopefully a bigger slate tomorrow. 6 games is not bad. It's actually kind of a sweet spot. And I'm really liking these plays. So hopefully have a good night, just like last night. And I'll see you guys in the next one.